You're not going to let her go
evening.
past 8, are you?
It's April 21st, 2022. Welcome back to BoomerRexTonight, your nearly daily source for news and politics. Hey, asshole, what separates our show from other millennial news podcasts?
Nope, nothing.
We have a boomer, and not just any boomer. We have Mr. BoomerRex himself.
Good evening.
And I'm RisenLadyHeathen. You two eat, sleep, and breathe politics, and I'm learning. That's 3 unique perspectives we share along with the facts from our literal round table. And now I lost my spot. Let's dig right into our headlines. There's not a lot of news, folks, so I hate to be the bearer of bad news. There's not much going on. My life. Okay. Meanwhile, at Mattel.
So, I will admit this was completely unexpected. Mattel has a new Barbie doll, Queen Elizabeth II.
Nice.
She will be dressed in an ivory gown with a blue sash adorned with miniature medallions and ribbons.
Mm-hmm.
And she will wear the tiara that she wore on her wedding day. So, congratulations, Queen Elizabeth. You have been Queen of England for 70 years.
Jesus fuck.
Yeah.
Is she the longest reigning queen yet?
Yes. By quite a margin.
That's what I thought.
Yeah, she's 96. Way to go, Elizabeth. So, and way to go, Mattel. It was a nice thing to do. I wonder if they'll be collectible.
Barbie dolls always are collectible.
Yeah, I guess.
I couldn't even tell you how many Barbie dolls that have never exited their boxes.
Oh.
Or at least I used to. They probably got lost in one of my many moves, which is sad, because they'd probably be worth some money right now. But anyway, Trump scammers mocked for pleading guilty. Tell me about that.
Oh, yeah. So here, you all recall the "we will build the wall."
Yep.
So you have an election lie about the wall.
Right.
Which turned into a huge, grifty little fraud.
Right.
Right. And so you had guys say, we're not taking any salary, it's every penny's going toward the wall and so forth.
Oh, bullshit.
Well, a couple of them, Brian Kolfage and Andrew Badalato, pleaded guilty today to defrauding hundreds of thousands of donors of hundreds of thousands of dollars. And we might all want to remember that this is the same crowdfunding scheme that Bannon was charged.
Oh,
yeah. So anyway, raised around $25 million.
Damn.
Yep. I think the best guesses are each of the Kolfage and Badalato took about $300K, and Bannon was accused of taking about $1 million.
So all we need to do is
Bannon
tell people...
was pardoned by Trump for
Right.
this. So, hey, Mr. Kolfage, Mr. Badalato, you might notice Bannon was pardoned for this shit, and you weren't. You are just little pawns. And you're facing up to 20 years in prison. So let's hope they give you at least a third of that.
So all we really have to do
Yep.
is tell people we're going to build a moat. All right? Because the wall's already... That's old. Nobody wants walls.
Right.
We're going to build a moat.
Moat with
And
alligators.
We're going to put crocodiles. Nile crocodile. The big 25-footers.
I don't know if you can buy a
ones.
Nile crocodile, but you can buy little alligators.
Yeah, if we got an airship, we can just go pick them up. It's fun.
Oh, I thought you were talking about actually doing this and doing the grift.
When we get the airship, we'll go pick them up. So people will have to give us money to buy the airship, and then we'll dig the moat. We
Yep.
don't have to say where we're going to dig the
And
moat.
we'll pay
There will
expenses.
be a
and
moat, and there will be crocodiles in it, but
Right.
you need to give us money.
Yep.
You see how this works?
Absolutely.
So that way we're not lying to the people.
Right.
We're going to do exactly what we say we're going to do, but first we
Right.
need an airship.
Well, we're not going to say every penny will go for it, because we'll have expenses along the way.
Well, but that's
And
the
those will
point.
come
Yeah.
out of the moat fund.
We will be far more honest than Trump's
Yeah, there
people
you go.
were
I like that.
about the wall. Like, we're just going to say,
Yeah.
hey, we're going to make a moat. Don't know where yet. We'll decide where later. But there will be a moat, and there will be crocodiles in it, or alligators of some sort. Whatever we find, we'll throw in there.
So
Maybe we'll do an emu moat. I don't know. We'll find out. There will be some sort of animals inside this moat. Maybe sharks with laser beams on their head. I don't know. Something crazy.
something cool.
fun.
I like emus.
I don't know yet. We haven't decided. We're just
Can you
People need to
have
give
an
us money.
emu moat?
So you're making Aqua East Germany.
Yeah.
So people need to go to BoomerRexTonight, no spaces on Facebook, click on our Patreon link, and donate money so that we can build
We
a
can
moat,
build a
which
moat.
is way better than a wall.
We will
way
build,
better than a wall.
We will build a moat.
And moats are not
Snorkel mats
cheap.
for the emus.
Well,
What?
and to keep the water
Snorkel
clean
mats for
for
the
whatever
emus.
animals we put in there.
I wasn't planning on filling it with water.
Fill a little with water.
Yeah, okay.
It's
It's
hard.
gotta have some
You know what
amount
makes
of
it
water.
worse when you fall down after the thing gets you, whatever it is, the gator, the fucking octopus.
Yeah,
I
you'll
don't
fall into this awful green water
Yeah.
and
No, it's
Okay.
got to be nice water so the animals will
full
be
of
happy
mosquitoes.
in it. It's got to
Yeah.
be happy
Well, there are a lot
water.
of like algae eating things in it. It'll be healthy water, but
Yeah.
like your brain will think, oh no.
Hergerk!
Yeah.
And we'll
It's
have
got me.
mosquito fish.
Yeah.
Okay.
But anyway, so no, it'll be a
Yeah,
nice
but-
environment for whatever animal we put in there. Okay,
Blackjack.
they'll be happy. My point is that we need money for this. So again, hit up our Facebook. All right, Butchers of Busha.
Yeah, so Pootie Boy, right, just can't seem to get his head screwed on straight. So anyway, let's see, what are they? The 64th,
Now, what they did is considered a war crime, right? I just want to have my head straight here.
yes, what they did in Bucha and so forth are war crimes. They are
Yeah,
guilty of
retaliating
war
of war
crimes.
crimes.
And if you
Awesome.
don't like me saying that, you can come after me, you little
Yeah.
criminals.
That's how we all got bold right too.
So anyway,
The don't drink tea from
not
the mail.
enough, not enough that they did their war crimes and so forth, but little Pootie Boy thought they deserved it. They deserved some award for that. So the Butchers of Bucha have now been awarded an honorary title. They are now the 64th Separate Guards Motor Rifle Brigade.
Oh, that's amazing. They got awarded for doing a war crime. Good job.
And
Good
what's
job.
special about that is
Putin.
the designation of guards. So
Yeah,
anyway.
awesome, Putin. Way to go for rewarding your people for doing the bad things. I appreciate it.
Well,
That's wonderful.
this is a unit insignia, which I believe they are allowed to wear after they leave.
I say
and so
we
it
hunt
would
them down.
identify them as potential war criminals. So should they show back up in Ukraine? And
You know
should
who to fire
we
at
bother
first.
to capture them. So
Yeah, don't bother capturing them. Shoot them in the head.
anyway, so
um,
typical of Putin to celebrate the war criminals.
Oh god, yeah, of course, because like they're
Because that's
good.
who he is.
They're good people. Good people.
Checkist.
Good
bastard.
people on both sides. Good people on both sides. All right. Trump storm out of an interview con.
Well, that's certainly what Talk TV and so on were trying to propose yesterday, and they edited some video to make it look like he stormed out. And it turns out Trump's people aren't entirely stupid, and they had done recordings, and at the end of the recording, they're both saying to each other what a good interview it was, and laughing and joking and so forth. So, anyway, this Murdoch-owned outfit appears to have edited some video to make Trump look bad, which would suggest that the Murdochs might be
Smoke and
beginning to
mirrors.
figure out, they helped to create this orange asshole. And anyway,
The Senate's in charge of it also came out fully in favor of whatever crazy they gotta sell.
Yeah.
No, I think this is them a little bit trying to like flick their hand in a way that makes everyone go, they're part of the resistance.
yeah.
Because that would make it easier.
They do seem to be drifting toward DeSantis, which, if there's anybody dumber than Trump, it's DeSantis.
I would not say he is dumb. I would say he is
No.
smarter than Trump in a disturbing manner. So let's not undercut him at this point, please.
In any case, I can't think of any two people I'd rather have fighting with each other than Trump and Piers Morgan.
Fair.
Right? And I
But it
feel
doesn't
kind
sound
of the
like
way
they
I
really
did
are.
when the Iraqis and the Iranians were fighting each other. Is there any way we can arrange for them both to lose?
Right, but it doesn't sound like they really are. It just sounds like this interview was edited in a way to make it look like they are. So are they really fighting or aren't they?
Oh,
Is
who
the
knows?
bigger question. All right. Go burn the methane. This is a story I'm not sure I agree with you, but go for it.
Okay, so there's a company that mines cryptocurrency, which means they use electricity like it's going out of style. And they've been looking for a way to situate these little power-thirsty computers where they don't have to be fired by a coal-fired power plant. And so they've decided to move themselves down into Texas, where there is windmill power available. And I want to point out to them that as long as you're going down to Texas,
Yep.
there are all these places that are venting methane like there's no tomorrow.
Yep.
And you can drag your little generators over there and burn the methane, and it will be much better for the environment than
Yep.
using wind power.
And just letting the methane geyser into the sky.
Right. Yeah, you have to burn the methane.
Yep.
So
The reason is
burning
methane is a much worse warming gas than carbon dioxide.
Yep.
So when you burn methane, you
Yeah.
get rid of about 2/3 of the climate warming potential.
Right, no, and we discussed this with that other
Yeah.
crypto mining currency that's
when they were-
currently doing that.
Yeah.
So, yeah, no,
These guys need to go
I
cuddle
feel
up
like
to another methane vent.
if there really are places where methane is just being pumped into the sky, then I mean, I'd rather it be used for better things, but like, if that's all we got that we can put out there, then
Hey, that's the
Fine.
dumb shit thing
Fine.
is you could use it for an assortment of shit.
You
Well,
could,
why aren't
but the
we
nice
using
thing
it
about
to clean
mining
water?
cryptocurrency, because there's no
couldn't be in
water
the
there.
middle of nowhere. You could use it to do cell service, but there's no one around for
Right.
cell service.
Yeah, the nice thing about the cryptocurrency is you've got 2 trailers full of equipment and fans.
Yep.
Right, that can be taken anywhere in the world.
Yep.
And run. And so your power line is 20 feet long from your methane burning generator to your, to trucks
Where it's
full
being
of
used.
computers. Yeah.
Yeah,
And I'm sure there are other applications that could be moved on site, but I can't think of any offhand.
well, that whole we were talking about the folding at home thing,
Yeah.
where it does,
Yeah. Just
it
needs
figures
computers.
out answers for medical problems and that sort of stuff. Yeah. But any number of things. But yeah, sure. No, you know what? Yeah, I'm in. Fucking
Again,
put them
you
there.
could
If you're
mine
gonna
half
do
as
it
many
anyway,
coins,
if you're gonna use the electricity
and
one way or
have
another,
the
this
fucking-
sounds like a better way of doing
like
it.
it's literally a machine that pisses out fucking money.
Yes.
You could just take the cryptocurrency that it makes and go pay for the other thing.
Yeah, that's true.
All right, so tell me about maybe a step in the right direction. What's going on with this?
So this is kind of interesting because Janet Yellen was talking about the amount of damage that's been done in the Ukraine so far, which looks to be around $60 billion worth of damage.
We should help.
And they're talking about, where will the money to rebuild Ukraine came from? And she was suggesting that perhaps the Russians should provide it. And the idea of looking to Russia to provide the funds. And so she was asked during a press briefing on the potential of using frozen Russian central bank assets to support Ukraine. And she said, I wouldn't want to do so lightly. It would have to be a consensus among the U.S. and our allies. So I think I hear a train running down this track.
well, and this is what we were talking about. Yeah.
We're talking about $1 trillion of Russian money that has been seized, right? And certainly those for the central bank and so forth could be taken away and given to the Ukrainians. And just fuck the Russians. Hey,
Yeah.
Russia, you're going to be a third world country for 30 years, and you can say thank you to little Pootie Boy for that. Oh, and he might want to get some elevator shoes because he looks so tiny next to all the normal people.
Nothing wrong with being short. Just don't be an asshole and be
Short
short.
people got.
Yep.
Anyway.
I know, it bothers the shit out of him. Fine, fuck it, done. Hey, it's the same reason we should have had the...
No, I have no problems with short people in general,
Yeah.
but this particular asshole, if it bothers him so much, like you said, then fuck him. I will pick on him and we will poke
Absolutely.
at that until it makes his eyes bleed.
When Saturday
Fuck
Night
him.
Live found out that Trump extra hated the fact that Spicer was being played by a woman, they absolutely should have had that black woman play him.
Absolutely.
Oh my
He
God, that would have been
freaked
amazing.
the fuck out.
Oh, it would have been amazing.
Again, it's like the people who were upset about
I mean,
the
I'm
Black
not gonna
Stormtrooper
lie.
and the rest. Like, it was a nice way you could...
You wonder if
separate
you could
hell.
push him into apoplexy.
I'm not gonna lie. I thought all of those, like, I hadn't watched Saturday Night Live in forever, but all those clips with him, you know, being played by her were just priceless and beautiful, and they were all just perfect, and they fit, and it was wonderful, and I would love to have seen that with the black woman playing Trump.
Yeah.
That would have been amazing. It's very sad. Saturday Night Live, next time, swing for the fucking fences, because you would have nailed one out of the park with that one. So let's move on to Boomer Rex's About Damn Time.
So William McDonald, who's apparently just a drooling racist, has been charged with interfering with another person's housing rights because of their race. It's a federal hate crime. And he's been doing this for some time, right? Leaving nasty notes and slashing tires and et cetera, et cetera, et cetera.
So when you say housing rights, what does that mean? The right
telling them to live in their house that they own. He was telling them to go away or bad things would happen.
And was perpetually amping up the bad things by popping the tires and leaving nasty notes and such to try
when he was arrested,
he was trying to drive them out of town.
Out of town.
Yes, and succeeded in some cases. So they may have a course of civil action against him and take his house. Anyway.
That would be amazing. That would make me happy. No, it would be awesome.
So they found a note in a sandwich bag, and very similar to a note found on a car nearby. It says, "Drive like a stupid ghetto fucking, in my neighborhood, and this is what happens, biatch. I'm watching you monkeys around here. Get the fuck back to the north side ghetto where you belong. Next time it'll be your windshield, you piece of shit fucking N-word. Test me."
Yeah, and he used the N-word like 3 times in that sentence.
Oh, yeah, absolutely.
Yeah.
And so he complained to the investigators. He says, "So I'm getting arrested for a note you found in my car?" Yeah, fine. Apparently they were connected to McDonald's due to the fact that the FBI had set up surveillance cameras in the neighborhood. So.
Oh, yeah, no, if you're the victim of a hate crime, you report that shit to the FBI.
Yeah.
Who is contractually obligated to investigate it, unlike your local cops.
Oh, so smart. So keep that in mind, all you people who might have these sorts of issues in the future. Go to the FBI, not your local cops. Your local cops won't help you. The FBI is required to help you. So skip a step. Skip a step. Save yourself some time. Cool. Let's move on to Dumbass of the Day. Tell me about this crazy bitch.
This is one of those where you wonder if there aren't some people so stupid they literally glow in the dark. Right? And there ought to be some identification, some, maybe there's a genetic component that you could teach a computer to recognize, and it just...
No, I agree with you. I think stupidity should have its own punishments, and being stupid should hurt.
So Rachel Hamm is a Republican candidate for Secretary of State in California, and claimed in an interview that God will commit voter fraud on her behalf to cancel out the Democrats if they try to steal the election from her.
And by God, she means Republicans. And I don't see how you can... Hold on. Here's my thing. How are the Democrats committing voter fraud if she's committing... If God is committing
voter fraud for
for her?
Yeah.
So...
Maybe she's got it all backwards.
This is weird. Like, I don't understand
Certainly any Christian God would have been voting Democratic. So, anyway. You have to remember who she is. Right, she previously announced her run for Secretary of State, claiming that Jesus appeared to her son in her closet. Gotta know what that kid was smoking.
How old is her son?
And handed her a scroll commanding her to run for office.
Can I see the scroll?
I'd like to see the scroll.
Probably written by a 6-year-old with a crayon. How old's her son?
I don't know. She claims that she has verified former President Trump was the real winner of the 2020 election by using her empath powers.
Oh, shit, yeah. Awesome. Cool.
Of course.
No
so
question.
you got to take that.
Yeah. Hold on.
She needs to link up with Mike Lindell.
Hold on, Christian lady. You are not allowed to steal terms from my religion to suit yours. That's not how this works. That's not how this works. Fuck you.
Yeah, but if she were to get all linked up with Mike Lindell, they'd have the election decertified by next Thursday.
You mean this Thursday, today, in which we
No,
will
they
say
missed it today because Biden is still president today. But by next Thursday, they could probably do it. Come on, Mike Lindell, you're letting us now. I mean, it's almost as bad as old Devin Benghazi Nunez.
No, this is ridiculous. Like, I can't.
How is Devin's cow doing? Does anybody know? Okay.
Same with him. Went over to Truth Social, fell off the edge of the world.
Yeah, no kidding. And they were down several times a couple of days ago.
Again.
Yep. Well, Trump will fire him. I imagine it'll be public. It'll be just like.
I bet not. I bet
You're
it's like
fired.
the Trump steaks and everything else. I think they just stopped.
All right.
Yeah.
So we have an update on Florida's fight with Disney. Oh my God.
So we were talking about Florida trying to take away Disney's special self-governing status. And you can argue whether a corporation should have that, but I think Disney, several people I've talked to have said Disney's done a good job with that. Okay, fine. But so DeSantis has started a serious fight with a major corporation that brings billions of dollars to his state in tourist dollars.
Oh yeah, because people go
and they passed it today. All asshole has to do is sign it. And I think they're going to find out
Disney,
that
then
Disney
they go to
has better
Tampa,
lawyers than DeSantis.
Then they hit Miami Beach.
Well,
but
and there's a $2 billion bond that Disney can simply hand to DeSantis and leave the state.
Wow. And I would just shut
close
down
it.
for 2 months.
Yep.
Everybody keep coming into work. I'm going to pay you. It's fine. We're fucking Disney.
What is it,
own
April?
Everything.
No, I would announce I was closing on 1 June for 2 months.
oh yeah, that would
If
fuck
everyone come
Florida
in,
up.
right, we'll clean, we'll do all the stuff we never
Yeah.
get to do because it's always busy. You know what it's like.
Fix
here.
everything.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You can then talk to your boss's boss about the things you'd like to see done.
Back when I worked for one of the aerospace majors, our union would strike every 3 or 4 years. And the facilities just loved it because the union would go out and walk up and down with their little signs, and facilities would get to fix everything on the damn compound. And they had huge lists of things to do during the various strikes. And once they thought they knew how long the strike was going to last, they could go through that list and say, do we really think it's going to last 4 weeks this year?
It's like
Right.
fixing the weird receipt printer on register number 4.
Yeah.
I'd love to. That'd be great. Is there a time it's never not in use?
Not in use?
No.
Yeah.
Yeah, for about 10 minutes before we close at night.
Yep.
Sure.
So anyway, I think DeSantis is picking a fight that he can.
This is not going to go the way they want it to go, and that makes me happy.
Yep.
It makes me very happy.
Come on, Disney, don't let America down.
Fuck them up.
Oh my
Right in the
God.
mouth.
Yep.
All right. Updates with BoomerRex.
How do you not
Climate
just do
weirding.
old school like Mickey Mouse and some World War II
Out
gear
in front saying,
and punch a fucking bigot, Mickey?
yeah.
The reason why Superman
Oh.
is special is because there was this really great series of stories about the KKK where someone had really investigated the shit out of
Yeah.
They couldn't get anyone to report on it. Except fucking Superman. Because no one gave a shit about Superman. But that meant that Superman beamed directly to a bunch of little ears of, like, American children and told them the plan was fucking bad. And Superman said so.
And talked about truth, justice, and the
Yeah.
American way.
No, and here's... Fucking beat him up, Disney.
Have Ukrainian Mickey
imagine-
beat up Russian Mickey?
Can-
That would be amazing.
Can you, yes.
Like,
Can you,
beat the shit out of Russian Mickey.
can you imagine the response
Oh my God.
of the Trumpista racist bigots to having Superman be brought back to teach their children about the
Oh, yeah.
KKK?
Let every LGBTQ family in for free for a
gay
week.
Superman, only it's not really Superman, and shut up. And the whole thing again. It's I don't care if it's not a sex thing I want to be part of. Like if I'm not saying
Then I'm
"Pick me,
uninterested."
pick me,
Yeah.
then I don't give a fuck what you're doing.
Yes.
Don't do
Absolutely.
it on me. And if you do it close enough to me, I might use you as a footrest.
Yeah. So anyway, it's climate weirding.
Yes. Sorry.
So, all right, well, let's say a couple of good things about climate to start with. The ozone hole is diminishing. We actually did something right on ozone. We banned the worst of the chlorofluorocarbons, and the
it's starting
ozone
to
hole
repair
is
itself.
gradually repairing itself. Eagles are back. after nearly disappearing.
Hell yeah.
Oh
There
yeah,
are
we have a bunch
lots
of them
more
in New
eagles.
Hampshire now. Yeah.
Yeah. So it turns out that by banning pesticides and, et cetera, hydrofluorocarbons, we can actually do things about the climate.
Oh, who'd have
Right.
thought?
Yeah.
We can, fix
Amazing.
the things that we do in the first place.
Yep. However, as we look at what's happening with global warming, we're seeing a severe drop in the number of insects, especially
That's
pollinators. And it's happening in farming country in the equatorial and north regions. Now, the thing they didn't discuss, and it's certainly true, is that what is happening is that the reason those were farming areas was because those were places where the bugs were happy.
Right.
Right. So part of what happens as the climate changes is that those areas are likely to shift north, assuming there is arable, waterable land north, and the bugs will be happier a little north and so on, right? But agriculture is going to have to watch this because some of them may have to follow the bugs. So anyway, again, it's just weirding, right? Places that have been ideal farming locations for 150 years are going to become less suitable for farming.
Did you hear that they made these little drones that'll pollinate like bees? And they're just little drones, and they
That's gonna be a hell of a thing, but yeah, no, we could do it.
Well, except we need 1 trillion bees,
Yeah.
and we have 32 drones.
Yeah. Well,
No, I'm not saying it's a good idea. I'm saying that this is a new thing that
Yeah.
came out that
Well,
was
We looked once.
interesting and
friend
could
of
be
mine-
helpful in places with low insects that need a little assistance.
Back when we were discovering the ozone hole and what was causing it, right? Oh God, did we get lucky?
Yeah.
The only place the ozone hole can form is where there's ice in the atmosphere, because the ozone destruction chemistry is surface chemistry, and it has to have that surface of ice particles. If it doesn't, it can't happen. You can't deactivate the ozone. So we were just in the process of learning that. But a friend of mine and I sat down and figured out that if we lost the whole ozone layer, that we could, with a sort of 30-year Manhattan Project space project, we could put it back. Now, it was going to be the only thing that the world did for 30 years.
yes.
Right.
We were going to require...
Well, that would get fucking skin cancer.
No, we were going to require dozens of launches a week.
Yeah.
Right. Of great big pieces of great big machinery. To what we were going to do is run very specific lasers through the upper edge of the atmosphere. So you would have needed a constellation of lasers,
Mhm.
all shining through the upper atmosphere to recreate the ozone.
Interesting.
But our guess was, and we spent a couple of hours sitting down saying, what do you really need, right? How many watts, et cetera, et cetera, et cetera. It was a very big number, but it was a number that you could look at and say, we could do this, right? There aren't going to be any new cars. There aren't going to be any, right? Because all this metal is going to the sky, but we could fix it. So, anyway.
So there you have it. Our boomer saving the world before we even knew that the world needed saving. Wonderful.
Well, and it
played,
turned out
sir.
we didn't, because it was surface
Well played.
chemistry.
Yep.
All
Thank God.
Yeah, so I'm still looking into this Emperor 6 thing. I read a couple more articles and still haven't really decided where I want to go with this. So give me the weekend. Maybe Monday or Tuesday I'll have something.
Well,
thrown
Tuesday,
together.
because we have Monday is news only special.
That's true.
So
Even
that gives
though
you till
There
Tuesday.
isn't going to be anything to talk about.
Well, we'll see.
All right.
Mike
so
Lindell could decertify the election tomorrow morning. You never know.
It's not going to fucking happen. Don't forget to
Never
comment,
expect
like,
Millennial
subscribe,
Inquisition.
heart, follow, review. Go to BoomerRexTonight, no spaces on Facebook for fun memes and a link to our Patreon. Give us $1. You can find us on YouTube as BoomerRex, or check your favorite podcasting service for BoomerRexTonight. We can be found on over a dozen different platforms, including Apple Podcasts, Google Podcasts, iHeartRadio, and Podbean.
And
All
the new
right.
Samsung thing.
And yep, Samsung. I just signed us up, so I'm waiting for an
Hi, all
email
those
to
people
confirm.
listening on
But
Samsung, we love you.
yeah, Samsung
absolutely.
podcast. I just found out about
That's all
it, and
our
I
favorite
signed us up.
listeners are.
So that's going to be awesome. And hit
And
us
we
up
use
on
their
Twitter
products.
at BoomerRexTonight.
All right.
So we love y'all, and we'll see you back here. Enjoy your weekends. Have a
All
nice, relaxing weekend. I don't think we said anything about hope you enjoyed your Easter on Monday. So
That's true.
hope you enjoyed your last weekend, and hope y'all enjoyed your Easter, Estra,
Whatever
Passover,
your days are.
and what was the other thing?
Ramadan.
Hope you enjoyed all those wonderful holidays and had fun with your families, and hopefully you have a wonderful weekend this weekend, and we'll see you back on Monday on Boomer Tonight. Just kidding. We'll see you on tomorrow on Boomer Tonight. I thought it was
literally
Friday.
came back to tell you that.
I
You
did
you
not.
restarted
I
it.
did. I restarted it.
All
It
right.
is midnight.
It was not.
Good night, the internet. Send us money.
We'll see you tomorrow. Bye.
Need an airship.